Hello and welcome to our webinar today on how to start a home-based web design business with SiteSwan. I'm Justin, one of the co-founders here, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today on this Thursday afternoon, talking about how to start your own home-based web design business with SiteSwan. These days, everyone wants to work from home. I don't blame you. I often do, and it's great. So how can you do it? If that's the question on your mind, then you're in the right place. Do me a favor, familiarize yourself with the options available on your screen, specifically the polls tab, because I want to learn a little bit more about you. And I'm going to launch a poll here in just a second that I'd love for you to answer, because it's going to help me understand a little bit about you all and your biggest area of concern when it comes to starting a web design business. So here it is. And here we go. Publish. I'm really curious where your level of concern is when it comes to starting a web design business. So that's available to you now. If you'd please be so kind as to fill that out. I'd also love to know what area of the country you're chiming in from. So get over to that questions tab as soon as you're done with the poll and let me know city and state that you're reaching out from. I'm going to ask you that again in a little while because we're going to have an interactive session. But I'd love to just get a feel for what part of the country now. So I also, by the way, have to have two moderators here helping me answer questions. We're going to have plenty of time for Q&A, but if there's a real important question you want to just get out there immediately, my moderators will be happy to answer it in real time because I'm not so good at looking at the questions while I'm speaking, and I have some prepared stuff I want to go over today. So there are a lot of you here today, and actually more as I'm speaking here that are signing in, so welcome all. And it makes sense that a lot of you are here today because there's never been a more relevant time to talk about starting a home-based business with everything that's going on. You know, we're dealing with what seems like an everlasting pandemic, combined with the fall and winter season where people can get sick with the flu and other things, especially with kids being back in school and stuff. Many people are weary about going back to the office, especially after having become accustomed to working remotely for a while. On top of that, many companies are now requiring vaccinations. And look, it doesn't matter where you stand on that. You just may not feel comfortable, or maybe you just want to continue having the freedom and flexibility that working from home offers. People are quitting in droves, and maybe you're one of them, or considering being one of them, and you can thrive on your own. We can prove it. We've seen tremendous growth since 2020, and we've been helping our resellers establish legitimate businesses for themselves and allowing them to work from home, feeling safe, protecting their families, and generating a steady flow of recurring income in the process. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'm really glad you're here to do that with me. I want to start today by talking a little bit about SiteSwan. So SiteSwan is a website design business in a box. We've built the most powerful website building platform specifically designed for small businesses, but we're so much more than that. Now, the reason that we say business in a box is because we give you everything you need to start, run, and grow your own web design business. We're the only platform for building sites that helps you identify those businesses that need a website and gives you the tools to acquire and retain clients and lets you instantly create fully responsive, fully functional sites in seconds without coding and lets you bill your customers automatically and keep track of client payments all in one place. It's literally everything you need. Now, we launched SiteSwan back in 2011 and are 100% committed to the growth and success of our clients and resellers. We're headquartered here in beautiful, overpriced Long Island, and all of our development, coding, sales, etc., everything is done right here in the United States. We have a high-quality platform built from the ground up about helping small businesses grow. Now let's talk about what's on the agenda for today. We've got a few topics we're going to start with, including why this is a great time to start selling websites, followed by the perks of running a home-based business. Then we'll talk about the biggest question on everyone's mind, which is how do you make money? Very important. We're also going to do a live platform demo. I'm going to give you a super secret sales trick, how to land your first 10 clients today. And finally, we'll go over costs and getting started and wrap it up by answering all of your questions. And then you will know everything there is to know about starting your own web design business. Right? Right, right, right. So let us begin. Why should you sell websites and why now? What's the opportunity? To answer that question, let's start out with a very simple premise. Every small business needs a website. Raise your hand if you disagree. Exactly. These days, a website is a customer expectation. If a business doesn't have a website, it's almost as bad as not having a phone number. But yet, only about half of the businesses in the US have a site. So of the 28 million small businesses in the US, half of them, or 14 million, don't have one, and they need one. They want one. But here's the thing. They don't want to do it themselves. You've probably seen the commercials on TV, heard the commercials on the radio about do-it-yourself DIY website builders that speak directly to the small business owner. Well, guess what? They don't want that. Those systems are not easy to use. And business owners, especially those running real businesses, don't have the time, patience, knowledge, or interest in building their own website. They don't care how cheap it is or how cheap they believe it to be. Because sidebar, all those advertised prices triple or quadruple after the first 7-day promotional period, but that's a different story. Business owners would much rather hire someone with the experience to do it for them. So why don't they? Because traditional website design is way too expensive. A typical web design firm will charge, let's say a pizzeria, for example, $3,000 or more to launch a website. And there are lots of companies with minimum monthly fees of like $200 a month. It's crazy. You don't need to be charging these kinds of prices if you can efficiently build the sites and manage them. There's a huge profit margin here, and that's where SiteSwan comes in. Our resellers use the SiteSwan platform to build agency quality websites at do-it-yourself prices. So it's the perfect balance. A business owner gets a great looking site that they didn't have to build themselves at a price that they can easily afford and say yes to very quickly. So to say it differently, SiteSwan lets you offer everything a small business needs at a price they can actually afford. Now, this isn't some cheap, sloppy website the high school kid down the block slapped together one day after school. You're able to create a website on the same level as a $3,000 website for a fraction of the cost. You're offering your clients a beautiful site design where they have a login to make content updates and changes whenever they want, all while being mobile ready for a seamless experience on any device. Real-time stats are built in so you and your client can track site usage. And SiteSwan sites are all optimized for getting first-page local search results, and our cool social media integration lets businesses connect their Facebook and Twitter accounts to their site. All the pieces are here to wow your small business clients. And you can do all this from home. So now let's talk about the perks of running a home-based business. The first one is a big one. This allows you to say goodbye to traffic, high gas prices, road rage, and crowded public transportation, and that's to eliminate a long slash stressful commute. This is your opportunity to get back hours of your day by eliminating your daily travel grind. Instead of being on the go, you can be productive, working from any room in your home. All you need is a place for your computer or your laptop, though you might want to pick a quiet place with fewer distractions. After all, with web design, the majority of sales are made over the phone or even via email. Now, the next perk is what might help you get through the winter without getting sick, hopefully. Like I mentioned before, running a home-based business lets you protect your health and your family. With COVID, for example, many people are scared to head back to the workplace, and rightfully so. And now that we're entering flu season, that doubles the risk of being out in public. Some experts are calling it a twindemic. When you work from home, you can avoid your coworkers sneezing on a piece of paper before handing it to you. And having to, avoid that one person who's that close talker, they get real close to your face when they're talking to you. Step back, Nancy. Think about it. Mass transportation, crowded office buildings, closed door meetings, public bathrooms, elevators, these all expose you to other people's germs and increase your risk of getting sick. Working from your spare room on your computer allows you to make your health a priority. Heck, you can even eat healthier by having access to your own refrigerator, unless you have all junk food in there, which is a different problem. But you've got to take care of yourself, okay? And you can do that better when you are working from your own environment. Next, who doesn't want a better work-life balance to enjoy more quality time with family and friends, right? Running your own business from home lets you enjoy a flexible schedule where you can make your own hours and create a schedule that works best for you. Are you a morning person? Are you a night owl? Mornings, nights, or weekends, it doesn't matter in web design. You can help the kids with homework, attend school events, social activities with a lot more freedom than before. The next perk will make your ears perk up. You can save money and take advantage of some tax benefits. You may not know this, but working from home and running your own business can actually put more money back into your pocket. There's the idea of buying new clothes, your dry cleaning bills, gas, parking, and other transportation costs. They all add up pretty quickly. Eliminating those expenses by working from home can result in significant savings, so you'll feel like you're actually making more money. And like I said before, having access to your own fridge, you'll also save money on lunch, coffee, and snack expenses if you eat from home. I mean, shoot, I go to Costco to get a 24 pack of waters for like $12, and then you buy a water at a store for like $2.50. There alone, you have big opportunities to save. And those aren't the only ways you can save money as an entrepreneur, because there's even more tax benefits of running your own business and working from home that allow you to write off some everyday expenses, including your internet bill, your electricity, even your mortgage payment, vehicles, other stuff like that. Last on our list of perks of running a home-based business, it's easy and affordable to start. Unlike traditional businesses, starting your own web design business is simple. Why? Well, think about it. No storefronts, no expensive office space, no need to invest in costly equipment or inventory or supplies. All you need is a laptop and a SiteSwan subscription. Our platform gives you everything else. You can literally launch your business overnight, and your risk is so small because there's no long-term contracts and you can cancel anytime. Folks, the work from home life is hard to beat. Now, I want to do a quick sidebar and extrapolate a bit on what I just said about how SiteSwan gives you everything else that you need. So let's take a look at some of the key advantages of the platform, starting with prospecting, the first stage of the sales process. So oftentimes finding potential customers is the hardest part of starting any business. With SiteSwan, we eliminate that problem with our local prospecting tool. Simply put in your town or city, a keyword or business category, and our local prospecting tool instantly produces a list of all the businesses in your area, showing you which have sites and which don't. I can give you their contact info and the ability to see if their current site is mobile optimized or not. Another key advantage is our 100 plus professionally designed, industry specific themes. We have stunningly beautiful site designs pre-built for everything from salons to electricians to veterinarians and a heck of a lot more. And the best part about using our themes is our one-click site creation, where you just choose a theme and click Create Site. It's really, really cool, and I'm going to show you that in a little while. Every site you create is mobile friendly right out of the gates. The technical term is fully responsive, which means that every site you create will look great on every type of device, every operating system, every tablet, smartphone, you name it. Now, every site you create or build is also hosted on our premium, super reliable, super secure cloud hosting environment at no additional charge. In fact, every site that you create will also be issued an SSL certificate and will be using industry-leading security encryption for all data transfers. So knowing the technology is there for you is key, but you also need to be able to effectively sell the sites, which is why we provide you with sales and marketing material templates like brochures and infographics, sales sheets, sales scripts, even your own marketing website, so you can tell the world you sell websites now. And if and when you need our top-rated training and support, it's available to all of our resellers. From online support to live weekly webinars, we've got you covered from day 1 to day 1,000. Finally, one of the biggest advantages of the SiteSwan platform, our system is 100% white label, which means no one will ever know that you're using SiteSwan. That remains our little secret. So your competitors will be left guessing how you're pumping out such beautiful website designs at such a competitive price. But how does it all work, you ask? Well, we've laid out a quick path to success here for you. You got to start by signing up and joining the program, because that's when you get instant access to the website building platform, all the sales and marketing resources we give you, and the local prospecting tool, which is your next step. Start signing up local businesses using that prospecting tool to find the best candidates to approach first. Then build out awesome sites in seconds for all the businesses who need a site or a new site. without ever touching a line of code. All that's left is to close the sale, collect the credit card, and charge your customers an upfront fee and recurring monthly fee right from your SiteSwan dashboard. So that's all well and good, but how do you make money? Well, I want to start by stressing that you're in complete control over how you charge your clients. You set your own plans, you set your own prices. They can be anything you want. There's no minimums, there's no maximums, there's no royalties, there's no nothing. But you should be charging an upfront setup fee to design the site, which is typically between $300 and $2,000, as well as a monthly service fee, usually between $29 and $100 a month. But look, whatever you decide to charge, though, you keep all the revenue. And to top it off, as I mentioned before, you can run your client credit cards right from the SiteSwan dashboard and set up automatic payments on monthly or yearly basis. And if you're like most of our resellers, you use website sales to get the relationship started with the small business and then offer them complimentary or upsell services to build up your recurring monthly revenue with them, like our built-in reputation management service, for example, which I'll highlight by request. So now you know how to make money. How much exactly are we talking? Well, our minimum suggested retail price for the design and setup fee is $499, and the minimum suggested retail price for the monthly service fee is $50 a month. Even with this rock bottom pricing strategy, you'll achieve profitability selling just 3 sites. So if you sold 2 websites per week, you'd earn over $70,000 your first year. If you sold 3 websites per week, you'd earn over $100,000 in your first year and be generating $7,800 in monthly residual income. That's monthly, recurring, locked in revenue that you can count on month after month and year after year. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, once you get a customer on board, the statistics are highly in your favor that you'll have them for a really long time. Retention rate's phenomenal with small business websites built on SiteSwan. Because look, as long as they like their site, which they will, and it's working for them, which it will, and they like you, which they will, you've got nothing to worry about. So now the question on your mind, I'm guessing, is, well, can I really create beautiful sites that quickly that I can afford to just charge $499 upfront for and $50 a month? Yes. And let me prove it to you. So I am going to do a screen transition that is going to make my face really big for a second, and then it's going to go away. And I am going to pull up my screen, which was supposed to be really easy to transition. Could this be it? I think so. There we go. All right. Check it out, guys. This is your SiteSwan dashboard where all of your sites are located. Okay. So obviously in the beginning, you're not going to have all these sites, right? You're just going to have, just your marketing site to start. But you can dive into any of your sites and start editing them immediately. You can preview them, access site details, duplicate, delete, or set up client billing for them right from here. But the big thing is, how am I going to create these sites, right? So let's go through the process of creating a site, but more importantly, the first process of prospecting, finding that potential client. So do me a favor, guys. In the Q&A, if you have not already, put in a city and state that you are connecting from, and I'm going to pull one of these and do it for my local prospecting search. I see a lot of questions have been coming in. My moderators have been doing a good job. Paul, I need a little bit more than NY, please. Give me a city. Unless you're talking New York, but even then I'd still want to know Manhattan, Bronx, the whole deal. Oh, we got California, Missouri. You know what? I'm going to go Northeast today. I'm going to go Northeast. Let's do Dunder Mifflin style. Let's do Scranton, PA. John from Scranton, PA. All right, check it out, guys. So I'm going to go to local prospecting tool, and I'm going to type in Scranton. Select it from the dropdown. And then for a keyword or industry, I could do whatever I want, right? So I'm just click search. This gives me a nice long list of all the businesses in and around Scranton. You're going to see there are just, endless opportunities to build websites for small businesses locally. But I want to actually do something with you. We're constantly rolling out new themes, and these themes are super powerful because this is what's going to allow you to effectively sell so many sites so quickly. And one of my favorites that we launched recently is this martial arts one. that I want to demonstrate for you. So I'm going to go back to my local prospecting tool and type in martial arts here to narrow down my search. And then click that. This is going to revise my search now and just give me the martial arts businesses in and around Scranton. So now you can, okay, here you go. So here we go. So now it's clear that at least half of these here are without a website. But what I like to do is kind of go through the list here and see some opportunities. So like one of the things I like to do is just click on these businesses to see what their sites currently look like. And this is an example of, look, they don't even have their own URL. That's a problem. And this does not, I don't know, doesn't really encourage me to come to Kliha's Karate or Kia's Karate, right? There's definitely lots of opportunities to improve on this. I always like clicking through these. I don't know. Here's another one. A Facebook page. Guys, if a business is listing their Facebook page as their website, that is a problem, okay? So here's a clear opportunity right here. I don't know. Let's pick another one here. This one. Some sites are going to look really good, and you might, okay, well, I spoke too soon. So this is another example of a site that could definitely use an update. Sometimes you'll even notice like copyright dates of like 5 years ago in the bottom of the site. This has a lot of room for improvement. Sometimes you'll even come across sites that look good, but it doesn't mean that the client is actually happy with their site. So one of the things we say to our clients is always make sure you talk to everyone to see what their current situation is like and just click through these. You also check their mobile site over here as well, so I can do this as well. But look, for the sake of our demonstration today, let's just pick the first one on the list, Ryu Pa, and click Create Site. So now I'm going to choose a theme that's appropriate for this business. As I said before, we're going to do the martial arts one we have here. And I'm going to click Create Site. And what this is going to do for me is it's going to pull all the most important information about Ryu Pa Karate into this theme that we have here. So we're going to grab the name of the business. We're going to grab the address. We're going to grab the phone number, map, directions, hours of operation, the payment methods they accept, links to social media, all this, and throw it and incorporate it into the site. So that by the time this blue bar goes from the left to the right side of my screen, I am going to have a beautiful homepage design that I can show off to Ryu Pa right now. Now, I might take the time to do a couple of other things, like see if I can find their logo online somewhere, or see if there's any additional information I might want to incorporate into the design to really personalize it for them. But even if I do nothing else, you're going to see that this is a really dynamite design that I can show off to them. And this is what we mean by one-click site creation, right? Because that's all I had to do was click Create Site, and all the pieces of the puzzle are getting inserted into place. So now, and right out of the gates, the site is fully mobile optimized. So I can actually show this off to my client right now. I can email this link to him. I can text it to him or her. I can Facebook message them. I can call them. I can go in and visit them with a laptop and pull this up on it. And this is a really great design that is going to appeal to, quite frankly, any martial arts business, right? And look, this isn't just a pretty looking site. We have all this content that is specifically written around what a typical martial arts facility might want to say about themselves. I mean, this design is perfect for what a martial arts facility might actually say about the business. This is where they can, replace their information for the different senseis. Thinking back to my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle days, sensei. And all the stuff, even like the calls to action, right? I mean, request your free trial class and stuff like that. The reviews and stuff, this is all ready to go. So picture yourself pitching Ryu Pa on a new website, and this is a pretty amazing head start, right? But here's the best part. You're going to present this to them, and they're, of course, going to love, 95% of it, if not more. When they say, yeah, okay, this sounds great, let's move forward. Here's what you do. You go to your dashboard, okay? I'll go to my sites, my dashboard. I'm going to find Ryu, because I got a lot of sites here. And I'm going to go click for billing setup. They gave me their credit card. So I'm going to choose the plan they signed up for, $4.99, $50 a month. I'm going to type in their credit card and actually process the order for their site right from here. Or I can send them a link to a credit card collection form that they can fill out themselves securely. And then this information will automatically populate into my dashboard so I can process the payment for them. Pretty cool stuff. Now you've collected the upfront fee. You're ready to get the site prepped for launch? Well, check this out. We don't just give you a pretty homepage. We give you, in this case, let me go here, because that's the administrative view. We give you, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of content that is all set and ready to go. So it's almost like you're playing Mad Libs. Just fill in some of the blanks, customize it for the actual, business owner and their photos and stuff like that. And this thing is ready to go. We're talking about very little time involved with getting this site prepared to launch, get it off the ground. You don't see any lorem ipsum dolor content here. This is all real content that a real martial arts facility would want to have on their site. With me? Good. Now, when it's time for you to make changes to the site, okay, you're going to have administrative login that's going to look like this. You have 5 tabs on top where you can control the layout of the site with one click. You can modify the design by changing the logo and business name and tagline and colors and fonts and fun stuff like that. You have pages where you can add as many pages as you want to any of your client sites, add new pages, offsite links, drop-down menus, hide pages, delete pages, make them password protected, whatever you want to do. Rearrange the navigation bar. You can assign, like I promised, any domain name to any SiteSwan site, and you have built-in statistics so you and the client can see how people are interacting with the site. Then, if you need to make any changes to the site, so let's just say they don't do for all ages, they just do for kids, okay? I can go in and look at me. I'm just going to edit this post, okay? And I'm going to say martial arts and fitness for children, okay? And I can swap this out to put in Scranton. Okay, this is all very easy to do. All I'm doing is selecting text and swapping it out and clicking post to save it. What's cool is that any element can be easily cloned, moved up or down to a different page of the site. You have some really cool row editing features that allows you to control the height, and you can make it fade in or bounce in or do all this crazy stuff so that it gives it another element of an improved visual impact to the people who visit the site. Very easy to do, very straightforward. You don't have to go to school to learn how to do this. But back in your dashboard, in addition to that prospecting tool and accessing your sites and being able to charge people right from the dashboard, you also have the ability to create additional account users for each and every one of your team members. So if you're going to have additional people helping you manage the business, you can do that. And the resources section of the dashboard allows you to see all the different marketing material that we give you. So you can effectively rebrand this stuff or insert your logo and contact information, and this will make you look like you've been designing websites for 10 years. You haven't, we have. You haven't, but it can appear that way. And that's the idea, to give you a head start, to give you the tools to actually create a web design business overnight. We mean it when we say that. The stuff here is all ready to go. We even have helpful how-to videos. We have all this stuff at your disposal from the moment that you get started with us. You have a huge support center and our help with anything that you guys need, and it's all available right here. I'm going to go back to the presentation and continue where we left off, and I'll be happy to answer any other questions about the platform when we get to the Q&A time. So let me do that. Now, hopefully that was hopefully that helped you understand a little bit about the simplicity of the platform. Hopefully you build a little confidence in you that perhaps you actually could do this. And that was my goal, because not only is the building of the site simple, but so is a lot of the sales. And I'm going to give you a little tease of the simplicity of the sales and marketing process. This is a little inside secret that I want you to screen capture because this is going to be super helpful to you. That's going to help you land your first 10 clients right out of the gate just from Facebook. So here's what you're going to do. After you sign up, you're going to post this to Facebook. I'm going to read it out. It says, "Our area needs some love right now. And to help, I'm going to give away 10 free website builds this month. No gimmicks, no catch. The hosting cost afterwards is minimal. Comment below if you want details." One of our resellers posted this a couple months ago, and all 10 sites were spoken for in a matter of a week or two. That one post was worth $500 a month to him in recurring residual revenue. There's a lot of creative ways to market your business like this. And being a part of the SiteSwan family, we try to expose you to as much of this as possible for your benefit. Remember, we're a lot more than a website builder. In fact, let's go over what's included. You're essentially getting a website design business in a box, which consists of our proprietary, custom-built, easy-to-use responsive website builder, packed with 100 plus custom themes, just like the one I showed you for martial arts, for a ton of industries. Your very own marketing websites. You can tell the world you're selling websites now. Lots of sales and marketing materials that help you sell more sites more efficiently. Personalized sales and product training, reliable 24/7 online and email support, your very own reseller dashboard where you can manage your clients from, discounts on our We Build It design service, all the secure cloud hosting for every single site in your account, the privilege of having a solution that's white labeled, totally branded for you, the freedom to set your own prices, and ability to charge your customers right from your dashboard. All of this with no royalties or franchise fees of any kind. All you pay is one flat low monthly fee. And how much is that exactly? Let's talk about that now. You've got 3 plans to choose from, and I'll start from the left. Our starter plan is $149 per month and includes the ability to build, sell, manage, and host up to 10 sites. However, doesn't have the local prospecting tool, which helps you find the businesses or the client billing. But for $50 more, the agency plan has it. And we give you 20 sites, so double the amount of sites for $50 more, and you get the local prospecting tool. And I'll be honest with you, with the types of people who are interested in SiteSwan, most people end up starting with the agency plan. Because not only you get to build double the amount of sites, but you also get the tools that you could find extremely helpful when you're first getting started. Eventually, you'll upgrade to the Pro plan, which is on the right side of your screen. That's $300 a month for 100 sites. You can upgrade to that at any time. Now, do the math on that. That comes out to $3 per site per month. So your margins, when you're charging $50 a month, greatly improve as you continue to grow. Most people who start with this plan have existing website clients that they want to move to the SiteSwan platform, or they have a plan in place to grow very quickly. So review the plans and make your selection by going to joinsiteswan.com to get started. Now, let's get your questions answered. I'm sure a lot of your questions were answered already by my moderators, but I'm going to also address those publicly for everyone else who did not see them, and keep the questions coming, because we'll make sure that we get to as much as humanly possible today. All right, so I can never figure out if the first questions are at the top or the first questions are at the bottom. They're at the bottom. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, Paul asked, can we create subdomains on our client domains? Also, do we have FTP access to their domain? This is one to add our SiteSwan to our existing website, but also to add to our clients' sites. So you can add a domain or a subdomain to any of the sites that you build on SiteSwan. It doesn't make a difference. However, we don't offer FTP access. The needs of a typical small business owner rarely require access to FTP. And if you did need access to FTP, you could always set up some sort of hosting environment for them on a subdomain and do FTP that way. But the typical small business owner, and we have tens of thousands of sites in our platform, don't need FTP, and we never hear a need for that. He's also asking, Paul's asking, do you handle domain transfers over to our dashboard SiteSwan for existing domains that our clients may already have? So Paul, if your client's got a domain name, which is probably about 50% of the time, it can stay exactly wherever it's currently registered. So if it's at GoDaddy or our recommended vendor, Cheap and Easy Domains, it could stay there. Matter of fact, we don't even handle the domains ourselves. We always rely on those domains being with a registrar. We're not a registrar. So there's no need to transfer any domain. Peter is asking, are the monthly charges to the customer auto-drawn, or do you have to bill them every month? Well, as you saw in the client billing screen, and I'm just going to go back to that because why not? If I can do this effectively once again. Oh my God, where does the screen keep going? There it is. Okay, so when I'm going to set up billing for a client, you're going to see that I have the ability to, let me just show you, when I'm creating a new plan, let's say. So I'm going to make this plan, $500 up front, plus $50 a month. Okay. And here's where I'm going to put my setup fee of 500, my monthly recurring fee of 50. But I can also change this to yearly. So you know what? You want to charge your clients $500 a year instead, save them some money. You can do that. You're in total control of the frequency, and this will happen automatically. If you set them up for monthly billing, their card will get hit every month on the same day of every month. If you set them up for yearly billing, their card will get hit on the same day of the year every single year until you stop it. Next question came from Lynette. Is there extensive training prior to trying to bring in sales? Lynette, we give you all the training you need, and you can access a wealth of information right from our dashboard. But I'll be shocked if you feel like you need extensive training because the platform is so straightforward. I mean, what I basically just showed you of creating a homepage design and pitching it to a client is like 90% of the sales process. But we do have plenty of videos, and we do weekly webinars as well. So if you were, ever shy or wanted additional information, or just wanted to talk it out more with us, you're more than welcome to. But it's a very straightforward process. We've designed it that way. Aisha is saying, can we come up with our own name for our website? Yes, that's actually the whole idea of this. The whole idea is that you are going to create your own brand. So it's Aisha's websites or, whatever. And that's going to be the brand under which you are operating, selling websites to small businesses. None of your clients are going to know of SiteSwan. There's no need for them to know that, and they won't have to know. And she also asked, can we use SiteSwan to create our own website to promote our website business? Yes, that's exactly what we provide you with. We give you a reseller marketing website the moment you sign up so that you can attach your own domain name to it and tell the world you sell websites now. Alan is saying some businesses want an employment application page. Yeah, you know what? Right now there is a big demand for workers. So yeah, you can add as many pages to your client sites as you'd like. And we have this really cool form builder built in that you can ask questions, a bunch of questions that would form an employment application. Alan's asking, do you do international? Not sure what that means. Do you do international? The majority of our clients are based here in the US. All of our everything about our platform is designed for building websites for businesses in the US. Not to say it can't be done or hasn't been done overseas and in other countries, but that's what the platform is designed around and designed specifically for. Peter is asking, is there a limit to the number of sample sites we can create during the sales and prospecting process? So the only limitation you have is the number of sites that are included in your plan. So if you go to the pricing page of our site, siteswan.com/pricing or joinsiteswan.com, you are going to see those three plans, right? 10, 20, 100. So if you have the 20 site plan, you're going to have up to 20 sites in your account, whether they're live or not. The pro plan, of course, will be 100 sites, whether they're live or not. So hopefully that answers that question. Lynette's also asking what the startup costs are. So I think you got a link to that. So hopefully that should be straightforward. It's what I just discussed. Let's see. Lynette's also asking, what happens? She promises the last question, but that's okay. You can keep them coming. What happens to the websites? Should I stop selling the platform? Meaning if you stopped operating as a SiteSwan reseller. So that's a very good question. Now, if you have clients who are paying you, I'm pretty sure you're probably not going to cancel. But if you did, we can actually help you find another reseller on our platform who will take over those sites for you so that they won't, your clients won't end up with their sites coming offline. And we have, trust me, an endless supply of resellers who'd be more than happy to take on an active paying customer of someone else's, probably the easiest sale they've ever made. Let's see. Yolanda's asking, is this something I can market on Facebook? Yeah, of course, absolutely. And, this is probably one of the easiest and most straightforward ways to market your business. And matter of fact, that post that I showed you a little while ago is an example of how effective Facebook marketing can be. Oscar sent a very long question in. SEO question mark? SEO, for those of you who don't know, means search engine optimization. It's the idea of a website's ability to come up high in local search results. And Oscar, all of our sites are optimized for local search. It's one of the foundational pillars of the platform. There's no sense in having a beautiful site if nobody can see it, right? So we take that very, very seriously. And you can actually modify all the meta tags. And you can actually submit your site to the search engines right from within the platform. We even show you how to craft search-friendly content. We got a bunch of resources, lots of guides on this that will help you, including an SEO checklist to make sure you're doing everything you need to do when you launch a site. Theo is asking, which plan of yours can I sign up and do e-commerce with? So Theo, all the plans offer e-commerce functionality. It's perfect for a simple online store solution, and it can be added to any of your sites at no charge. Peter's saying, so on the 199 plan, we can build 20 sites at a time, and if I only sold one, I can build 19 more at a time after that. So if you are on the 20 site plan, you can have a maximum of 20 sites in your account at any one time. So if you've got, let's say 17 sites sold and you're working on 3 more sites that you plan on selling, and you now need to create another site to pitch to somebody else, you're going to upgrade now to the pro plan. So now you'll be able to have 21 sites, and you can keep going and going and going from there. Neil's asking about pricing. Neil, please look at joinsiteswan.com, and then you'll be able to see the pricing there. Yolanda's asking if you can cancel anytime. Yeah, you're paying month to month, so you can cancel if you need to. No problem there. I'm going to take a few more questions and then wrap this up. Let's see. Apollo's asking, what are some of the features that you'll be rolling out in the future with SiteSwan? Well, we generally don't disclose our upcoming features, but all the features that we release are directly related to the requests that come in from our active resellers. We are constantly releasing updates. Matter of fact, we released like 3 or 4 updates just this week alone, and we keep a running list of all those releases, and it's available on our website. Oscar's saying, what happens after I sell 100 websites? See, guys, these are the types of questions I like. Oscar's like, dude, I'm scaling this, okay? Don't bug me about 10 or 20 sites. I'm talking hundreds of sites. You got the right idea. So Oscar, after you get past your first 100 sites, each additional site is only going to cost you $3 a month. Most of our resellers will purchase them in chunks or in blocks of like 10, 20, or 50, or even 100. So that's up to you. But you're not going to pay more than that $3 per month per site fee. So you keep your costs flat as you continue to scale up. Peter wants some clarification about the $199 monthly fee. Is it actually monthly, or is it an annual commitment billed monthly? Peter, we don't play that game. You're signing up for a monthly program. If you hate our guts after month 2, you can cancel, and you're not going to hurt our feelings. Well, you will hurt our feelings, but that's not your problem. You can cancel anytime. I will say this, Peter. Anyone who gets into starting in their own business, be fair to yourself. Give yourself at least 6 months to be serious about this, because stuff happens, right? And if one of our clients who is probably in the top 5 with the number of sites that they have sold didn't sell any sites for like their first 5 months, and then just started raining in sales nonstop ever since. So don't be discouraged if you get off to a slightly slow start, because sometimes those people end up outperforming everybody else. All right, I'm going to take 2 more questions, and then we are going to hop off. Let's see. Which ones shall I choose? All right, Paul, I'm going to help you out here. After building the client's new website, but they decide to change domain name providers, will the website move also? I encourage my client to move everything to us for domains and hosting. This removes any other fees they have for their website. So now they're only paying me and nothing to Wix, GoDaddy, etc. Yeah, it's a great move, Paul. It's a very smart move. If your client has a domain name account with GoDaddy or whatever, there's nothing wrong with you insisting or offering for them to transfer that domain to your GoDaddy account. But then you're just going to, from your GoDaddy account, point the domain name to SiteSwan. You don't have to pay for hosting with GoDaddy or anybody else, because we provide the hosting. So I think GoDaddy charges like $20 a year for a domain name. That's it. That's all you're going to need to pay outside of your SiteSwan subscription. All right, this will be my last question. I'm just trying to pick a good one here. I'll do a real quick one. Alan's asking, can we make online shopping sites? Heck yeah, e-commerce is built in. I mentioned that a little while ago. Um, let's see. All right, this from which one should I answer? Sorry, I'm trying to debate here. Before we, I want to end on a good note here. Okay, this is circling back. John's asking, what is the average price that SiteSwan resellers charge for a website? So I'll circle back to this question. I know I answered it earlier, but I know it's an important topic. We recommend you start out with nothing less, really. I mean, you could, but it's our recommendation. Start at 500 up front, $50 a month. There's plenty of room to go up from there, and there's plenty of margin for profitability. But that's a price point that any business owner can easily put on a credit card and not hesitate with, because there ain't nobody else going out there selling websites to small businesses at this price point unless they're using SiteSwan. Okay, so this is a very attractive price point that will allow you to accelerate the sales process and never make price a hurdle for people. And then you get the referrals coming in, you get, scalability from there. So I would recommend following our lead with our minimum suggested retail price as a place where, a starting point for you, because I think it'll really help you get to a fast start and continue to scale. All right. I'm sorry to everyone I didn't answer your question live. My moderators are still answering questions. So if there's something really urgent, type it in or reach out to us at info@siteswan.com. We're more than happy to help. Or if you have a representative, which you all should, you can reach out to them. And he or she might be a little busy, but we'll certainly get back to you as soon as humanly possible. With that, thank you so much for being a part of this today. I hope you all get the opportunity to start your business from home and manage your web design business with SiteSwan. I look forward to seeing you all on board. If there's anything you need, you know how to reach us, and we'll talk to you all soon. Goodbye for now.